friends and family. Welcome to another episode of the Sneaker History Podcast. It's been a long time. Happy you're all here with my two buddies, Mike and Rohit. How you doing, gentlemen?
Fantastic. We're happy to
Just
be back.
bringing the dad back in 24. That's what we want to do.
We normally take a little bit of a break in the beginning of the year. So this is a nice welcome back episode, not to be confused with Welcome Back Cotter. And we're going to start off with just we're going to start with just 2024 stuff. 2024 releases, no particular order, no particular timetable. But before that, I want Rohit here to start us off with some rockin' and coppin', if you wouldn't mind, sir.
Not at all. And my Coppin story involves one Robbie F. from Portland. He accompanied me as I attempted to be a sneaker day trader, and I used the local consignment shop Index. Shout outs to the Index crew, stalwarts in the Portland scene. And long story short, I was able to cash in a couple of sneakers and allow me to knock a price down so I could get this for a mere $250.
Gosh, dang it. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm a little
It was
jealous,
really
too.
cool to see. He was very happy.
I was
He
very
was also
happy. I
very
had my-
worried. You were pacing. You were like, it was beautiful. It was nice to see.
Yeah, I had my good luck charm, so thank you for being there, Robbie. And as for what I'm rocking, your boy went a little ham over the holiday period, so I wore my Adidas AE ones for the first time, just a quick lap around the house, and my goodness, are they
Hey,
bouncy!
I like it. I still need a pair of those.
I Super Bounce, whatever it's called, or Turbo Boost. It's a tech in there. It's like the premier tech that shoe is headlining. Feels great. I should know the name of it, but I forgot.
And to me, the startling thing in a good way is the fact that, to Robbie's point, the latest and greatest in Audi tech, and it's still at a 120 price point. Which, if you're balling on a budget or if you're trying to get into the sneaker game, what better way to have that as your sneaker? It reminds me of when the KD first came out, the Kyrie came out, and dare I say, even the Sabrina. Like, I like when the sneakers are at that 120 price point and you can kind of grow alongside them, so to speak.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, man. That's awesome. That's two, awesome pickups, man. That's good stuff.
Yep.
Cool.
Mike, would you like to go next?
Yeah, I guess I'll go next. So, what I've rocking is going to be the upcoming Reebok Nano X4. I've been putting this bad boy through his paces at the gym. I love this shoe. I think it's the best workout shoe. Like, I love the X3, and this one just follows up real nicely. So that's been my rocking. Coppin, there's a shoe I have my eye on right now. So it's the 25th anniversary of the Nike Air Max Plus. There's a 25th anniversary pair that came out at Foot Locker. They dropped at Nike, but they sold out in all sizes bigger than 8. They're kind of that gradient pair that goes from blue to kind of that plum color, which looks really nice. I think that's kind of on my radar. There hasn't been anything that really piqued my interest I want to buy besides my AE ones, but sold out at this point. But yeah, I feel like this year is gonna have a very heavy tuned air vibe for my collection.
1000%.
Speaking of tuned air, Mike, I saw you posted about the Mbappe inspired or Mbappe endorsed Mercurials. Those are sick.
Copying immediately. Copying as soon as they come out, I'm buying them and buying my son a pair because soccer season approaches and I will be having those in my possession.
There's like a black and blue pair also that looks super good. I had to stop what I was doing and look it up. These signature sneakers from Adidas Basketball and Anthony Edwards are built for certified bucket getters. The combined boost and light strike midsole is ultra lightweight and adds outstanding energy return to their most explosive moves. So no new tech, but it's boost and light strike together.
Yeah.
No new tech, no new tech, no new tech,
No.
So, and I have to also mention that the AE1 is sold out on Adidas.com, but you can likely get them at third-party retailers or in person somewhere.
Go in person because I tried footlocker.com, sold out. The foot site's done.
Same. In person would be your best bet. The day that they came out, I had passes to the Adidas employee store. While incredibly friendly staff, they were very sad to tell me that they would not get that shoe for another 9 months. So that's when I went on my internet finding Dora move, if you will, and I was able to find them at Champs. Foot Locker had a decent size run, but yeah, as of right now, I think your best bet is those third-party sites that we haven't discovered or endorsed yet as a podcast.
Yeah, they're out there. And for myself, I rocked the silver bullets today.
Nice.
Maybe yesterday too. I've been really good about wearing shoes in 2023. So Mike and a whole bunch of other people is doing this whole every day, and I'm like, oh, that's really pretty. I'm not going to put shoes on today. And then my last pickup was about a month ago, and I bought the Kith EX89 Kith Miss. It said
Ooh.
outdoor. They're a little more rugged feeling, maybe, but there's nothing outdoorsy about these. Gingerbread on the color, very
Ah.
nice shoe. I'm just really trying not to buy shoes right now. I'm trying to be mindful about it. There's a lot of really pretty shoes in my closet, and I've been really obsessed with Band Presto figures. So I'm like, I can buy like four Band Presto figures, like anime figures, for the price of like one Jordan 3 at retail. So like, I've been making my bet in other ways. With that said, though, we always find a way. I'm not going to spend money on shoes right now.
I'm gonna buy something else though. Don't you
But
worry.
if I keep buying $60 figures, it's
That's why there's
okay.
4 quarters in a year. 1 quarter can be for Van Presto figures, like sneakers and books, and the occasional jerseys thrown in between.
See, my thing is, I'm to the point where I have these like little
Dang.
storage containers because there's so many little hands I've been collecting. If you watch One Piece, here's Sanji's leg in flaming form.
Nice.
Lots of
That
cool
is One
stuff.
Piece.
Me and my son just built the Tanjiro from Demon Slayer he got for Christmas, so he has one in his
Yes.
room.
Oh, actually, yeah. I know. I should have brought those up, Mike. Those were definitely my most recent pickup. It was my
Crocs.
Secret Santa from Secret Santa gift from member Julie, and it was the new Croc model of the Demon Slayer, Tanjiro, water style number
Nice.
8. Boom. Pretty cool. Anywho, there's a lot of cool stuff coming out this year. Let's
Yeah.
just run through a couple. We're not going to make this the longest episode, nor the shortest. So, Mike, go ahead and take us away with whatever you feel like.
Yeah. So what we want to do today is really just, hey, we're starting the year out. You know, the slate is wiped clean when it comes to sneaker releases. So we're going to talk about some things that, you know, people have been really anticipating since last year or however long that we've been seeing glimpses and, you know, little pieces of it. And really the first one up is one I never thought was going to retro. It's going to be the Stash Air Max 95. That's one I never thought they would actually retro. That's something that is deep in the archives. And for me, I love when they bring back stuff like this. It gives me a chance, give us a chance to actually get them. But I know there's people out there who are punching the proverbial air because now theirs isn't worth anything, even though it's crumbling. So what do you guys think about this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it best yourself. It's been deep in the archives, and usually that's a measure of success for anybody trying to retro as opposed to retroing the same thing every 3 years. So I do admire Nike's ability to kind of think outside of the shoebox, so to speak. At the same time, not necessarily for me, but I do want to pay respect to the iconic colorway that it does kind of possess, and it is near and dear to a lot of people's hearts.
Yeah, I had the Spiridon Stash retro from like what 2015, something like that, and I bought the wrong size. They were too small. I needed a 13, but I just held on to them for a while, and I watched them go on super sale, and I didn't buy them because I said I had a pair. Ended up selling them like a year and a half ago because they just didn't fit. So I like Stash stuff, but like Mike said, um, it's deep in the vault and maybe too deep for a lot of people. There's been a lot of fantastic archival Nike shoes coming out, well, that have come out the past 2 years or so, that were grails back in the day, and now it's just they're on sale or below retail on StockX. So I have a feeling these are gonna be like on sale, and if they're $130, I'll buy them for sure. But I'm not paying 210 whatever for that's a whole nother story. The Air Max price point, paying for the legacy is crazy. But
Yeah.
anywho,
Yeah.
it's
And
still good.
I think that's kind of a running theme of what a lot of brands are doing this year, really diving back into those archives. And because the next shoe we're looking at is going to be the Air Force One Low Linen, which was originally with a Code.jp release back, I can't remember what year. But then Kith came back, what, 2, 3 years ago with their Kith Linen. And now
More
we're
than
getting
that, it
just,
was a minute, yeah.
it was a while ago. And now we're getting an actual Y release. So This is another one. I know people are getting upset that, oh, why are they re-releasing it? But again, I'm cool with it. If people can get them, I'm not an Air Force One fan, but I wouldn't have to be really my arm twisted too hard to buy this pair.
How do linen sneakers do for you guys? Because I'm almost too scared to wear them. Just like a linen shirt. Although maybe I'm 15 years away from that linen shirt life. I just have to kind of let myself go as a dad. But what do you guys think?
These are a 2-pair purchase. Like, and I'm not kidding. These are one of my
Yeah.
favorite Air Force Ones ever. I'm also the person that paid full price for the West Indies Air Force One that ended up going for like $60. I have 2 pairs of them actually. I have 2 pairs
That's
in my
alright. That's
closet right
alright.
now. I paid full price for the undefeated Air Force Ones.
Oof.
Didn't have to do that, but I love them. You know, I'm a huge Air Force One fan. That's definitely top 3 model in all of Nike for me. I'd even put the Air Force One over like the Jordan One personally, just head to head. Like it's, yeah,
It's not
Air
even
Force
close,
head.
Robbie, in that sense.
What's up?
I said it's not even close for you in that sense because I mean
Oh,
you
it's
presented
close,
a
but I know the answer because like it's close, but I know the answer.
It's
Like
close, but I tell you what's up.
Jordans have great colorways, especially like the OGs, right? But like the sheer amount of Air Force Ones that have been made in the history of Air Force Ones, like even I think of Mike. I wanted the H-Town ones from like last year and a half ago.
Oh, those are
Like the
terrible.
purple. I wanted them so bad I wanted to spend $60, 50 to 60, and by the time they hit 45, there were not any sizes. But like, I'll buy those just because it's a cool concept on an Air Force One. Like, I like Air Force Ones.
Well,
Like,
okay. I'll tell you the Vegas pair coming out. Another pair. I'm not an Air Force One fan, but that Vegas pair looks pretty sweet.
banging,
And I was gonna say if we only knew somebody from the greater Vegas area that would be likely to
right?
buy them.
But there was a Bronx one. I mean, a lot of those sat.
Yeah.
The New Orleans one, those sold out right away. They
The
had a
white and
whole
gold.
city edition like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Very clean. Yeah, Air Force Ones all day. Listeners, Air Force One or Jordan One? What is your what's your team? Let us know in the comments or Discord. Let us know,
All right.
Mike. Oh, you two. What do you think? Air Force One or Jordan One?
Can I say Jordan 1 low? I
Yeah,
mean, I'm going to say Jordan 1 low
that's.
over Air Force
I
1
mean,
low.
it's all of Air Force One versus all of Air Jordan One. So you
Oh,
can do.
okay. Well, then Jordan 1. Yeah. It's just,
Okay.
something about Air Force 1s. I have a couple pair. It has to be the right cut. It has to be a premium one with the lower toe box. I can't wear like a white on white because I'm just swimming in it. It's so much extra room in the toe box. I hate it.
Don't ask me to make the clarifying vote, but I guess it's going to come down to me. I'll go Jordan 1 just because of the fact that it's the launching off point for a couple of other shoes, although they're both highly influential, and I don't think you can go wrong either way.
Yeah. I don't hate the
Let
way they
us
look. I
know.
just hate the way they feel.
Yeah.
All right, so mind you guys, this is probably a Nike heavy list because Nike's typically the brand who's lets everything out there so far in advance. So there's a lot of things from other brands we won't talk about. But just to give us a little spice, we want to put in the Salehi Benberry 1906 New Balance, and then also along with that the Action Bronson 1906 New Balance, which they both have a pair coming out that look fantastic. I like Action Bronson's pair over Salehi's, but that's just my personal opinion. But what do you guys think on that?
I'm a
For me,
Salehi
I
personally.
was going to go Bronson just because of the fact that as a rapper, he's known to be one of the most colorful, vivid storytellers there is. So when I had heard rumblings of a Bam Bam Baklava shoe, I was like, okay, I mean, that's cool, but I don't know if it's going to have the same attention to detail that his lyrics do. And lo and behold, like that thing truly is a peacock of a shoe. It's so vibrant, it's so pretty, it matches the identity of its inspiration, and you can't go wrong. That being said, I would love to get my first pair of Salehi Crocs or Salehi anything because right now he's truly doing something in my mind that feels completely different from the rest of the world.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
crushing it. That's
Yeah.
why I like his more. I think it's codenamed like the White Heat or Heat is hot. I don't know. It's heat related. It's the design of it.
The New Balance you're talking about?
Yeah, and
It's like lava and magma, I think.
it's the 1906R, right?
Yeah, lava and magma. They actually drop on tomorrow on his website. Well, for us, January 11th. So if you're hearing this, you're probably past that day.
That's going to be an impossible thing to purchase, but I
Yeah.
mean, I would love to. It'd be fun.
Yeah, no, great pair. Trying to again mix up the brands here. We're gonna get into a little Adidas, which I mean, there's no pictures of this yet, but apparently the Corn and Adidas collaboration was such a hit, they're doing a part 2 this year. Hey, more power to them. I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's about 20 years too late, but people loved it, and those Corn fans out there are living their best life with their Adidas on.
I mean, it's fairly full circle, right? Because they were one of their first hits was ADIDAS, right?
I
Look it up,
think.
kids. Know what the acronym is, and hopefully you can have a very reproductive life. That being said, yeah, I always want something to pair with my red New York Yankees hat and my denim shirt, like you can see right now. So it's forever 1999 in your boy's house.
I believe Jonathan Davies or Jonathan Davis is
Davis.
the Davis. Yeah, is the lead singer's name. And I've always thought of Adidas in that tracksuit and him and the band. So I'm with it. You know, Rohit brought up the Adidas store. There's actually 2 times I've been there, and 2 different employees were wearing the Corn Adidas gear at work because
Nice.
they can wear anything Adidas related. And it looks fucking sick. Like the one of somebody had like the purple tracksuit on, and another person has had like a black sweatshirt, like an oversized black sweatshirt that just said Corn
Dope.
with 3 stripes on it. It's cool. And I also think it's smart because it plays into, and I'm not in that scene at all. Obviously, wearing one monotone skin color right now throughout my whole body. The new metal, right?
Yeah.
Like that scene, if that scene still exists, this is like something that their mom could see, and like, oh, little Davy would like that. I don't know. Also sold out. It sells out fast, and it's sold out fast.
Yeah, definitely.
So that shit is not easy to get. Actually, like, exactly. I saw the Corn stuff on the employee the first time, and like Googled it, and it was StockXing. Like fuck, I didn't want to do that, but it looks sick. It made me instantly Google it when I got home. So that's
I
a
mean,
strength.
I think that's a win if I've ever heard one, because the best storytelling allows you to tap into a world you previously were kind of looking at within striking distance, but never ventured truly close to it. But Corn, I mean, what next? Do we get the Limp Bizkit colorway? Who else was anything besides Kid Rock? I just don't want him to get anything else.
I feel like Limp Bizkit's gonna give you like a fitted cap. I mean, that's what you're gonna get there with them.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we have Jordan Brand coming back with another Jordan 11. You know, surprise, surprise. For your holiday release, we're getting the Columbias. They're not calling them the Legend Blue this time. They did that with the last release. They're going traditional name Columbia with I guess the new cut with the high leather. I've had mixed feelings about this. Not me. I mean, I've heard mixed feelings about it. I like the shoe. I mean, if I can get it, cool. But I've heard a lot of mixed feelings about this one releasing. What do you guys think about this one?
I got strong feelings. The Columbia 11 is like one of the only, and I can think only on one hand, the amount of OG Jordans I just do not like.
Yeah.
And the Columbia has always been one. Steel Toe 10 is also one. The Black 15. It's off the top of the head. Shoes I couldn't do.
Shoes to buy Robbie next.
Honestly, Bread 4s. I don't like Bread 4s, man. And the reimagined ones look even worse.
Oh, we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Exactly.
Okay.
We'll bring it up later.
No,
but
let me set you up.
I just don't like it. It's. I've never seen a pair more than 6 years old that doesn't look like my skin right now, where it's patent leather. It turns that beige, white. It doesn't age well. No, I don't care what you do to it. Maybe they've mastered the technique to do white patent leather that won't yellow, but shit knows I haven't seen one. So like, I don't like it. It like never ages well. It looks bad.
I love a good Robbie color shoe. What are you talking about?
First of all, your complexion is flawless, young king. I will not hear anything otherwise. And white patent leather might be my new nickname for you, WPL for life. So there you go. No, it's to echo your sentiment. It's there. It's a December 11 release. If we don't like it, that's fine. The rest of the world is going to go nuts for it. So just going to kind of sit back. But I agree with both of you. I think this is the second. Could you guys remind me what the Jordan 11 December releases were for the last 2 years?
We had Gratitudes last year, Cherries the year before that. We got.
No, it wasn't Cherry the year. Cherries were more than that before.
No, that was 2022.
So I had and sold the pair. I think it was 2021, man.
What the hell was last year then?
See, that's the point though.
That is exactly my point. It's
Now I
just
want to know.
as Mike is kind of giving us hopefully the last 4 years of Jordan 11 releases in December. It's probably going to be 4 misses for me. With maybe I think the last one I was kind of hyped for was the Bread 11, but even then, I thought it would retroed fairly quickly compared to previous other retros. So,
Yep.
like
So,
I said, go ahead, Mike.
oh, sorry to cut you off, buddy. So, in order the last 3 years, including 2023, so Gratitude, Cherry 2022, Cool Grade 2021.
Oh,
We got, was it? After that, I lose it though because there was a bunch of nonsense. But I know in 2019 we got the playoffs again. So I don't know 2020. That's the blank year for me right now.
so
Jubilees. What we got in
all those
2020?
shoes, I literally bought the cherry highs and sold them. I thought it was way longer than that. I looked at them and said, I'm never gonna wear these, and I didn't. And then I had the cool grays, sold those, and then I sold my 2010 cool grays. Just sold my Concords. Like, I don't think I have any 11 lows anymore either. Yeah, it's just that shoe does not get comfortable. It doesn't get comfortable. But to Rove's point, the bread is still like the bread and butter. I wore the bread 11s on December 29th. I remember
Nice.
it specifically, and I felt like I had superpowers. Like when
It's you can't beat that shoe. I mean, it's one of the, I don't have any more in my collection. I've sold them off because, like you said, you can only do so much with it. But Cool Grays and Space Jams are still this inner child's grail. Like I still want those two pairs of shoes, and I've never had them.
Yep. No, and it's funny we're kind of talking about the power of the 11s because to tie it back to rocking and topping, essentially the 3 shoes that I was able to trade in were 2 Jordan 11 lows, the Georgetown, which I kind of miss, and the gold medal ones, which I'm like, no, go ahead and take them.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
remember those.
to Robbie's point, like I'm never gonna wear those. And then I was able, because I had 2 pairs of the 7210s, I gave one of the
hmm
7210s up. And I was more surprised by the fact that the price that I got for the Jordan 11 low navies trumped the 7210s, which was really saying something
Really?
to me. Yeah.
Okay. This surprises me.
I gotta say this too. I just saw while we're recording a pair of Air Force Ones on sale for $57, and like I
Walk
started breathing.
away.
I started breathing heavy. I was like, oh shit.
Gotta put himself on mute.
Robbie,
That's like that's.
you have not bought sneaker in 30 days, my brother. Make it 31.
But
Dude,
this
get
is
it.
Trailblazer Red, and it's free shipping.
How
For
many
$57.
white and red or black and
Oh,
red shoes do you
so
have?
many. I
There
have
you go.
an
Like you would
insane
tell me.
How
amount of.
many
Like you would-
anime figures are you going to be able to buy with that same amount of money? For
One. Actually,
One.
one. The shits are expensive.
Just one.
So in that case, go nuts. Sorry,
Right. Oh.
go nuts.
Did you buy it already? You pulled the trigger, didn't you?
Do it, Robbie. See, this is how we're going to try to get Robbie not to buy it by trying to encourage him in a public platform like this. Do it, Robbie.
Is that
No,
parading
I
in
just
front of people?
did it for myself. It has the big, bold blocking of Nike Air on the back heel tab. That looks so
Oh,
bad to me.
yeah.
I hate that lettering. It looks like shit. I
Oh,
do not like
it's,
it.
It's like the bootleg version of it. It's like, wait,
I
why did you
don't
do
like
that?
it. Oh my god! All those beautiful. Don't you have the white and pink ones, Mike? The white and pink
No, that's
anniversary.
one I wanted, and I never bought them because I was like, I'm never gonna wear this, and I hate the Nike in the back too. But I thought about it.
Yeah,
This is what I
people
just
glad.
found, Robbie.
But no, like when you have enough, yeah, I can be selective. The second I saw that heel tab, I'm like, instant kill. I do not like that.
You know what I do like though? These Jordan 4 releases that are going to happen. Tell us about them, Mike.
Oh yeah. So first of all, I'm getting a little irritated at these outlets trying to push they're trying to take the hype of the Jordan SB, Jordan 4 SB, and put it on the Jordan 4 military. Irritate me because that's, if anyone didn't know that, it's my favorite Jordan 4. And Nick Ingval, who's not here with us today, sees the same way. He loves that Jordan 4, and it sat last time it released back in 2012. Now they're trying to make sure it doesn't sit by every chance they can. They're saying, "Oh, it's built just like the SB4. It's built just like the SB4." Just let me have the shoe, man. Like, it's gonna release here, and so that's 1-4 coming out, and of course we have the one Robbie alluded to, which I'm actually excited about because I like the leather better than Nubuck. Shoot me, I know, whatever, but I think the reimagined for the black cement is actually really good, even though all it is the reverse motor sport with red accents.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm going to try for the Bread 4 just because I've never had a pair of Bread 4s, and I
Same.
don't know if we're ever going to get a new Buck edition, so this is probably as close as I'm going to get. But I do agree with you. It seems that, and Mike, I wanted to kind of ask you this as you were chatting about the military blue 4 compared to the SB4. When you say they're made exactly the same way, break that down for us because there may be some of us that are listening for the first time.
So they're saying that the shape. So if anyone's familiar with the SB4, I mean I don't have one clearly, but it was constructed to have a almost OG construction where it's a sleeker toe box than we would typically get. Because a lot of times you get a Jordan 4, I literally don't have one out. You're gonna have more of a boxy toe where it should be sleeker, which the SB4 did. Higher cut of the suede or nubuck on the toe box. I think it's a softer midsole with better air unit in it, and I think they went with a rubberized heel tab, which some people don't like the plastic. So I think that's what they're looking at. Just better materials, all that good stuff. So that's how they're trying to market this Jordan 4 military blue now, because I feel like no one besides a handful of people really looking for a military blue.
Let me tell you, I have a level of stories. Story one: I do not like the plastic pull tab on my green SB4s.
Oh, you have them? Okay.
I have them, but they're. I've seen enough of them. They're in the closet. I'll pull them out in a year or so. I hate the plastic. I want plastic. I hate the rubber. Story two: military blues, 2012. I was living in Stanford, California at the time. I went in there to go buy a pair of either cherry 12s or playoff 12s, and the only thing they had left in there was a size 12 military blue, and I bought them, and I wore the fuck out of them. Like I wore them till like I beat them. Yeah, like not as bad as Michael has, but I sold them before they got to that point. But I was like, these have served their purpose with me, and I let them.
Thank you for your service, both of you.
The second I got the white, I know when I sold them in 2016 because I got the white cements finally, and I still have those. Those are on their last leg. And I was like, I don't need military blues anymore. I'm gonna wear the fuck out of these, and I did. And I recommend people doing that.
Yeah.
If you have a shoe you've worn a lot, I'm not saying go make money off it. You're probably not going to make a lot, but go make room for a new shoe to get to that place. Because if you keep saying, "Oh, I have a beater, I'm going to wear these beaters," and you just beat one pair of shoes up, like go retire those. You can't keep beating a dead thing that's fucked up. Like you're you're desecrating the shoe
Look,
at that point.
I felt kind of proud though. Like I actually wore a shoe enough to where it just broke down. Like I felt kind of proud.
Oh yeah, you should feel proud.
But at the same time, I was like, crap. Now, like, I don't have to by any means. This is literally a first world problem. But it's like, I'm not any good at any like fixing shoes. So kind of feel like I am pigeonholed. If I want another pair of these, I have to try to go for the ones that are coming out. Oh dang, yeah. See, look,
we all got some flappers at the 2020s, you know.
But with the reimagined, I feel like I have to get them because just like Robbie, I've never owned black cement 4s, and I have a story to go along with that. Is that in 2012 when they released them Black Friday, this is when you can still go in the store and have a decent chance of getting things. I had just moved to Houston after I graduated the December before, and walked into a mall Black Friday that afternoon. No one was really in there. Raptor 7s, black cement 4s. I just bought these not that long ago, so like, oh, cool. I just bought a Raptor 7s. I have never wanted to slap myself so hard. Like, I sold the Raptor 7s after a while, and yet still have never owned a pair black cement 4s. And
yeah. See, my thing is though, just it's complicated because I think the Royal reimagines get away with it because the material does look good. I don't even view them as a Royal Jordan 1 though. It's just a suede black and blue Jordan 1. The reimagined 4, it's not the Bread 4. The Bread 4 is the Bread 4. It's like literally, okay, this is a good way. It's like your mom makes the best chocolate chip cookies and she uses milk chocolate as the chocolate chips every time. And then she pulls up and like, oh, these are extra dark chocolate in here. It's the same cookie, but it's extra dark now. It tastes different. It's not the same. It looks the same. It's both chocolate, right? Like it's the same, but it's not the same flavor. Like it doesn't work in my book at all.
I think that's fair as well. It's just one of those things where I think it just ultimately comes down to the fact that if you've had a memory with the shoe, you want it. If you don't have the shoe and you want to make new memories, you probably want it as well. But then if you are a fan of milk chocolate and you see dark chocolate ahead, to your point, Robbie, you want nothing to do with it. You know what? Give me some less than stellar milk chocolate in the next batch of cookies, just so I am reminded why I love that cookie so much.
Here's a novel idea. Just make the Bread 4. Like it's not like it's
But
crazy. You have
I
ugh.
I've heard now that they're not going to be. I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but any of the OG stuff, they're not going to be just making them like readily available like they used to be. So they think they're going to take the page out of the Jordan 85s. You're only going to get OG colors on the 85 cuts now, with the real material. So to speed us along a little bit, the Black Toe Jordan 1's coming out reimagined this year. I think sometime in the fall. Not going to be all leather. It could be patent leather. It can be suede, but it's not going to be or it supposedly it could even be aged, but you're not going to get a true to form black toe or OG color anymore unless it's 85 cut.
Okay, this makes stuff people really don't want that much. Okay, cool. No, it's
I
not
mean,
your
that's
fault, but it's
Yeah, but I mean, I do.
I just reporting news, dog.
We don't want to shoot the messenger, but I'm kind of in agreement with Robbie if I'm understanding him correctly, because I also make the argument, even in the last 5 years, these OG colorways that they're giving to us, they're not that readily accessible still. I mean, this is where I think sneakers has truly made its mark as being a nuisance to sneakerheads, even though it's not its intention.
Yeah.
yeah, like the Gratitude 11s. You know that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man meme where he's like wiping the glasses.
He's like,
No, that's exactly it. It's like, oh, are those the DMPs? Like, oh, they're Gratitudes, and like, I enjoyed the 72 and 10s. There's a reason why I'm getting there. 72 and 10s had the leather upper instead of the ballistic mesh.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And it rubs the foot different. It breathes differently. It doesn't breathe.
Not at all.
And it rubs the tongue differently. It's a completely different feel. That's like going from milk chocolate to white chocolate, right? But like, it's not what I'm really looking for. If those would have been ballistic mesh Concords with a gold Jumpman on it,
Oh, easy cop.
sold.
Easy.
Let's make a Concord with gold. It's not the Concord because it's not the black Jumpman. Why can't you just make that? I don't know. And I also don't like the high patent leather. It doesn't fit the foot right. So I don't know who they're like testing those on. But like, there's weird things, man. Like, all the people running Jordan from like a creative like marketing point owned 2010 Space Jams. They owned, I mean, 2009 Space Jams, 2010 Cool Grays. They know how those shoes felt. Like, it's not a point now where it's like, oh, we've gone so far away from the 1990s. We lost the molds. Like, no, you did it right like 12 years ago, 13 years ago, 14 years ago. Just do it right again. Like, it's not the perfect way, but it fit the foot better. They looked better. People fantasize about those old shoes. Just make the shoes how people want them to be made. It's like iPhone 15, 16, right? 14. It's all the same fucking
it's all
iPhone.
the same iPhone. Yep.
It's like
all the same thing, different colors.
pro and con of that, right? It's
yep.
like,
well, so getting into retros, we're getting supposedly another one of those deep archival things. But I know we've been reshaping the Air Max 1. We're supposed to be getting the chlorophyll Pata Air Max 1.
fire.
I mean, of course, like
Interesting.
I'm right there with you. Like, but people can complain. Oh, what shape is it? Like, what are we gonna get? Because back then the shape wasn't amazing, but I think people learned how to mold it the way they wanted. But now we're supposedly getting this. The Air Max 1s have been way better over the past year or so. Is it going to be a complaint because they don't look like the OGs? What are we going to be looking into at this point?
What's even funnier is like the big bubble doesn't even look like the big bubble, like the original. It's
they're never doing a big bubble
it's
on
a
that.
sketch of it. I get it, but it's like, you could close your eyes right now and ask somebody, and there's no way to track it. But like, what's your mental picture of what the Air Max 90 should look like, or the Air Max 1 should look like? And like, there's going to be 50 different answers from 50 different people because every couple of years they just tweak it a little bit because why not? There's no perfect way. That chlorophyll though, absolute banger. Like that's one I will be purchasing.
Hook or by crook.
Yeah, even under the radar this year, it's 2024. The infrared Gore-Tex Air Max 90. That thing got no fanfare. I just saw it. I hate it says Gore-Tex on the top. Like, why do you have to put that there? Like, why?
Gotta let you know what's up.
Well, I love the concept. Like, that's really cool of an idea. But that shape is a weird shape comparatively. Like, there's no uniform. Like, Do you have to change the shape to put Gore-Tex on it?
No, they have to
Probably
change the
not.
shapes. They had to change the shape so you don't think it's an OG and get that one cheaper. That's why they're like,
Yeah.
we can't let you do that. We can't let you win.
Yeah, it's
But
interesting. I mean, the Air
They don't want
Max.
you to win.
they don't want you to win.
Let's end on this one just because we're getting to a little bit of time. Um, the Air Max 180, the Ultramarine. I'm sure both of you are very aware of that
Oh, yeah.
shoe being like $50 both times its last retroed. I think it's going to do it again, and I'm going to buy it this time because I did it the last two, and I kept saying I'll get it next time. I'll get it next time. This is that next time. I'm buying it.
Yeah,
What's
no,
the
I'm
price
with you.
point?
160 probably.
Okay.
Somebody's swoosh account, like that shoe's going to sit. Like I don't
Yeah,
think it's going to
like,
be any
well,
Well,
I'm
issue.
gonna-
we knew somebody that had a swoosh account.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta make certain phone calls. But look, I'm not buying this full price. Like,
If I could get these for half off, no, I bought these full price. I bought the Golden Bullets for over half price,
Dude,
and the
so
Atlantic Blues for over
they
half
were
price.
$80 until recently, until they finally sold out on Nike's website. I'm like, why didn't I buy these? I didn't need them. That's the reason I didn't buy them. But I was like, man, whoever bought these, congratulations, you got one of the best shoes in Air Max history for literally a third of the price.
Chump change.
So the 180 is a must for
It
me.
is. There's a lot of great ones. Things I missed out on back in like what 2012, 2013. Like was it Germany? You had the Germany one with the camo on it. You had a bunch of different like England. Like I kick myself for not getting those because they sat around for a while and it's like fantastic. I just you know what they didn't get cheap enough for me.
And on that note,
Oh, Ro, do you want a pair? I didn't hear if you wanted a pair.
no, I definitely would consider getting a pair. I'm not a big Air Max guy, but to your point, like there are just certain shoes after a while, if you're a completist in your collection, you're like, I should have a pair of these just for posterity's sake. And it's one of those things that for me, it's easier to justify buying a shoe that's not necessarily traditionally in my comfort zone. So that's probably going to be a gateway drug for me in a sense.
That's gonna be a good one. It's a
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld staple.
Yep.
It's and I have to say this, Mike. I also had that black with like the blue and pink pair you have of Air Max 180.
Yeah, mine are in the corner.
That's
Dusty
a
as heck.
Buster colorway, and like
Buster.
I
Hey,
got
it's
rid
a
of
fake
mine.
CDG, fake CDG, man. It's close
It's
to
a Buster colorway, and like that shoe is like the master of Buster colorways. Like there's so many bad. I would say, I mean, at this point, every Air Max has a lot of Buster colorways, but the 180's gotten some tough love. So when like the good Ultramarine, like that's the good
Yeah.
one.
To be fair, they were $30 when I bought them from Nike
No,
outlet.
me too. I got them from the outlet. I wore them in the rain a couple times, and then I donated them. I was like, this is a Buster colorway.
They're definitely you can't wear them often. Like you're right. I mean, I hate to admit it, but you're right because you can't do much with that pair
It's
of
a
shoes.
Buster colorway. Like, who the fuck made this black? And like,
It was CDG light. We couldn't afford CDG, so we're like, all right, we're getting these.
well, let
because
me
they're
tell
black
you
and
this.
pink.
That was
Let me
GDC.
make you think of this,
That was
Michael.
GDC. It was a gosh darn crime.
That's exactly what it was.
Listeners and Mike, go hold your Air Max 180 from that era and tell me that looks or feels much different than the reimagined Bread 4 coming out. Because that's what it looks like to me. That black leather,
What?
like, it's going to be...
Not even close. Not
It's a
even
Buster.
close.
So like the Kraft Jordan 4, I saw them on sale earlier today for $150. I was like, hell yeah! I've been wanting to buy that shoe on discount. Hook me up. No sizes in my size. So like, there's good Jordan 4s being made. The Kraft ones kill me. Those look
All
so
right.
damn good, but I want like 150 and my size.
So since we're finishing up, give me a shoe that you guys are excited for that maybe you've seen in passing. You know, Whispers is coming out, and I mean we know the obvious things. We got Galaxy KD4, things like that. But I mean for me, the Kraft Jordan 3 that's coming out in a couple months, that is a beautiful shoe. We talk about Kraft Jordan 4s that made me think of this.
Yeah,
I want that one. That double paneling, the clear back tab with Nike and the Jumpman on it. I think that's really, really dope. And I hope people still feel the same way about threes and let them sit like these spheres because I literally walked in the store, grabbed Fear threes, and walked out like nothing.
Nothing.
the broke Balvins. I think that's what they kind of look like.
Well, these came out first. What you talking? Wait,
No,
wait.
the Jordan 3 Crafts coming out.
Oh, nah.
The broke Balvins.
Nah,
No,
man.
instead of J Balvins, they're K Balvins.
They're the J
Kenny
Brokers.
Balvins.
Nah, it's just I know exactly what shoe you're talking about, and like that's also kind of an issue a little bit in my book because we're starting to hit too many of the same like
Looks.
motifs.
Yeah.
Ro and I lamented at Index. I wish I would have bought the Jordan 4 white metallic red, white metallic green, white metallic purple, white metallic orange. I didn't buy any of them, and I really
Same.
wish I would have now.
Well, that was a bad time though. It was at 2020, 2021. Like, good luck.
That was a pandemic time, man. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
very weird. Oh, I'll tell you. So the trophy room, and I don't even like Marcus Jordan like that or trophy room, but the one lows look really cool.
Those
Like
are
they just
trash
look.
bags to me. I don't know why. Maybe just kind of like
I'm just
him.
not getting my hopes up with anything that says the word trophy room in it. And
Oh yeah,
They're
I
already
don't think I'm
sold. What
gonna
are you
get
talking
them.
about? They're already sold, dude.
But also the trophy room sevens from last year or 2 years. I think it's last year.
Those are last year's.
Killed me too. Those
Way
are
better.
banging.
Way better. I like that. The new sheriffs in town or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
I like those a lot actually.
So, and those
Yeah,
actually flopped on the secondary market. So you can actually buy those for around retail. Fun fact.
that's not bad.
I shouldn't, but maybe I will.
Listeners, what's a pair of Jordans either coming out or recently released you're looking forward to? Been asking you a lot of questions today. So,
Interest.
And before we go, I'll give my answer to that question. And Robbie, did you give an answer to you? Because I don't want to cut you off.
yeah, the
'cause you were
trophy
going.
room one.
Backdoor specials.
I'm now probably the topic I'm most fascinated by in the world of sneakers is the handling of the Kobe line going forward. And I have two that I'm very curious to acquire. One is I believe, an OG colorway of the 6, which is that Italian camo, because nothing says camo like camo shorts. And I need a shoe to match that. And then I'm intrigued by this Kobe 4 Girl Dad colorway, which seems to be like what would you call that? Like a Philadelphia Eagle green, maybe.
Like suede. I think it's
Yeah,
suede. It's
the
not.
only thing that I'm not too crazy about is the suede, but I think it's one of those shoes, hopefully, that when it's in my hand, it'll be a grower, not a shower. But who's to say?
It's a beautiful looking shoe. I think.
We'll do a whole Kobe episode because we could talk about the Philadelphia 4s.
Christmas nines.
Gold medals.
There's a good amount of stuff coming out. So TBD on the KBB. Oh shit, that worked. Kobe
It did
Bean
work. I
Bryant.
was ready to give you a high.
Mind blown, like right there. He's like, holy
TBD
crap.
on the KBB. Oh my god.
Dang, you got balloons on that one.
Closing the show. Shutting it down.
We're done.
Thanks for
We're done.
listening.
Hit the comments.
Link to everybody will be in the description. Like and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.
Peace, everybody.
Follow us on Instagram.